Welcome back to my Tyler's Retro Reviews with King of the Ring 2002, and this show is fine for what it was, but it wasn't that much of a great show anyway. So June 23rd, and before this, I messed up in my Genesis review. It was supposed to be January 9th, but whatever. It is a Raw and SmackDown event, like before 2003, that is, at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Before this this show happened after Stone Cold walked out, and I'll talk about at the end of this. So yeah. So if you saw my what if on my main channel, you can go back to that, but let's get on to it. So we get the first semi-final match of two. Rob Van Dam defeats Chris Jericho to advance to the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. And Jericho's, after WrestleMania, he went downhill. He went to the Intercontinental path after this. But this match was very good, I thought. I don't know if it's as good as their Unforgiven 01 match, but whatever. But then after the match, Jericho was so pissed off, he beat up RVD afterwards, but it doesn't make sense because Jericho was still on SmackDown at the point. I believe this was a month later before he went back to Raw. I don't know when, but yeah, that was kind of weird. But Jericho's 2002 was, oh my god, ever since he dropped the WWE Championship to Triple H, his run went down, down, down after that. But regardless, an 8.5 out of 10 I give it. Which he'll face the winner of the next match, which is pretty obvious. Brock Lesnar defeats Test to advance to the finals. And yeah, it's gonna be two Raw guys. I think it was a month before Brock went to SmackDown. Because yeah, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, Brock Lesnar wins. This was not a good match either. At all, actually. A 2 I give it. It was a bad match. Anyways. So the finals now is going to be two Raw guys. Brock and RVD. So Lesnar and RVD, yeah. Yeah. And then we get the next match for the Cruiserweight Championship. And then afterwards, there's no more tournament matches. Because, also, side note, this is the last King of the Ring tournament. Now, storytell, the King of the Ring concept, the whole King of the Ring thing was going to come back in Saudi Arabia, but they switched it to Night of Champions. That's a little story there, because this is the last King of the Ring pay-per-view. But I'll talk about all that. Anyways, next up is for the Cruiserweight Championship, and this is the new Cruiserweight Championship design, because they got rid of the WCW one, so it doesn't make anything awkward. Jamie Noble defeats the Hurricane to win the Cruiserweight Championship. This was a weird match. But regardless, this was a good match still. A 6 out of 10, but a weird match. Yeah. Anyways, next up, Ric Flair defeats Eddie Guerrero. This was, again, I'll talk about the Steve Austin situation, because Eddie was meant to fight Stone Cold on this show, but we all know what happened. Because but I'll talk about it later. But then afterward, Ric Flair went to a feud with Jericho come SummerSlam, which I did that, and then he aligned with Triple H in September when they brought back the World Heavyweight Championship. I said brought back because it was there for the last time when they did the Invasion storyline, which no thanks to that, because they unified with the WWF Championship. Because unifications in wrestling don't make fucking sense at all. Just, if there's going to be a unification, if you're not going to have a unification, just do 2 world championships, okay? And this is one of the main reasons why the first part of the original brand split was confusing, because there's 1 world champion and 1 tag team champion. Now this year, there's 2 world champions on the main roster and 1 tag team champion. Still doesn't make no fucking sense. Benoit, this was his first time we saw him since the Priors came to the ring. And then, yeah. And Bubba Ray Dudley helps Ric Flair beat Eddie Guerrero. Their Hawk Wild match was better than this match. And yeah, a 5 I give it. This was not that great of a match. Yeah. Anyways, then we get next match is for the Women's Championship. Molly Holly defeats Trish Stratus to win the Women's Championship. This went 5 minutes. I don't know, their match at Unforgiven 2002 was better than this match again. Again, it was just another 5 I give it. Again, I'm just quickly going through the show because this show is middle of the road. But anyways, then we get the biggest significant on this show, besides the last thing. Before this, Goldust, I think it was after this match, but I'll talk about it anyways. Goldust was pairing The Rock because this was his return. And yeah, he went face to face with Booker T. Well, The Rock did, because what happened SummerSlam 2001, I'll never forget that. That bullshit ending. Anyways. But the whole Goldust Booker T thing was funny anyways. Kurt Angle defeats Hollywood Hulk Hogan by submission. This was the first time Hogan tapped out. And Kurt Angle around the time was wearing a wig because he got bald because he got his head shaped at Judgment Day by Edge. And yeah. So Kurt Angle, right after the show, the match was pretty poor. 3, I give it, but the only thing I give it a 3 because the Angle made Hogan submit. But after the show on SmackDown, Kurt Angle issued an open challenge and he took off the wig because he said, fuck it, I'm bald, I don't care about this stupid wig. He issued an open challenge which is answered by some guy named John Cena. Okay, it's a sarcasm. Well, you know, the whole thing where Kurt Angle says, what's the one thing that you are capable of? And John Cena says, ruthless aggression, and smacks Angle, and yeah. Yeah, we all know what about John Cena. He's now a big name in Hollywood and a multi-time WWE champion. Then we get the finals for the King of the Ring tournament, and it is also for a shot at the WWE Championship at SummerSlam, which you knew Brock Lesnar was going to win this, and he did. He defeated Rob Van Dam to win the 2002 King of the Ring. This match was really rushed. I mean, they went through the big spots quickly in this match. And yeah. And we don't know what happened with Brock winning the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. And yeah. And yeah, this was a short match. Like the Molly Trish match, their match at Vengeance the next month was better than this match, if I ever do Vengeance, that is. Probably later. Or, who knows. So yeah, King of the Ring final match. This match, again, it was short. 6.5 I give it. And which, speaking of, we get the main event for the WWE Championship. Now before this, Triple H went straight to Shawn, or he was trying to get to and he would bump into Shawn Michaels, which is foreshadowing SummerSlam 2002, although it was originally supposed to be Kevin Nash. But we all know what happened with Kevin Nash. He infamously tore his quad in the 10-man tag, and Shawn had to take his spot, and was the comeback from 2002 to 2010. So yeah. So we get the main event for the WWE Championship. The Undertaker defeats Triple H to retain the WWE Championship. I have to say this match is nothing like their matches. This or their Super Showdown 2018 match was their, I won't say terrible, but they were their weakest matches they had. I mean, let's be fair here. Paul Heyman was on commentary, great. But The Rock came out and Paul Heyman right into the fans, that was funny. And he did commentary himself. So this has two special commentators in this damn match. Paul Heyman and The Rock. But we don't know what's going to happen. This is supposed to lead to a one-on-one match at Vengeance between The Undertaker and The Rock. But that went to a triple threat with Kurt Angle in it. Referee Earl Hebner gets bumped. And then, after Triple H kicked out the latch right, Undertaker punched referee Nick Patrick in the face. But it ends with Undertaker hitting Triple H in the Family Jewels and rolls him up for the 3. Triple H bled in this match also. And then afterwards, The Rock gives the People's Elbow, and he forgot he doesn't have elbow pads. He takes off the shirt and does the People's Elbow, and then he gets pedigreed by Triple H. And then Taker chokeslams Triple H to end the show. So, yeah, weak ending. A 4.5 I give it. Now, before I talk about the overall show, let me talk about what happened with Steve Austin. Either you agree with Steve Austin to walk out of WWE, or to infamously walk out, or you disagree. But honestly, I know I did a what if on it, but a what if on that on last 2 days ago, but on my main channel also, I have to agree with Stone Cold because his position was utterly shit. He was supposed to face Guerrero on this show, but before that all happens, the King of the Ring start up. He was supposed to lose to Brock Lesnar in the first round. And honestly, I don't blame him for walking out. Because there was no story to tell for that. Because Bubba Ray Dudley took Stone Cold's spot in the tournament because I watched it. So that's why Steve Austin did not come back until No Way Out 2003, which sometime I will reveal that show. But this show overall, the meat and potatoes of King of the Ring 2002. The last King of the Ring pay-per-view, because after this they brought back the tournament, but not the actual event. They did it in 2006 when Booker T won it, and they did it in 2008 when William Regal won it, and then in 2010 when Sheamus won it, and then they didn't bring it back until 2015 when Wade Barrett won it, and then they didn't bring it back for another, what was it, 15, 16, 17, 4 years later when Baron Corbin won it, and then they did it again in 2021 when Xavier Woods won it in Saudi Arabia. So I think the King of the Ring concept needs to fucking retire. But this show overall, I think it's weak to me. It's not as bad as 99. But it's a weak show. I give it a 5.5 out of 10. I give it the exact same rating I give. The exact same rating I gave TNA Genesis 2011. Next week, the day of AEW Fight Forever, by the way, because it's next week. I mentioned Cody Rhodes losing to Roman Reigns, just like he lost to The Rock. John Cena lost to The Rock. And then the following month, he beat Brock Lesnar, same way Cena did in 2012. And now here, I mean, yeah, Cody lost to Brock at Night Sheamus in Saudi Arabia, but that doesn't count. He's facing a lesser name in Dominic Mysterio. So let's talk about John Cena. Lost to The Rock at WrestleMania 28. He beat Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. And now he's facing fucking John Laurinaitis. Yes. This is the next review we're going to talk about. Over the Limit 2012. That's next week. On my other channel, on this channel that is. So anyways, just like this, comment if you're new to both channels. Subscribe. And I'll see you for my SmackDown review live also. Bye.